There's a particular kind of loneliness that lives in the experience of dating. And if you're here, you may know exactly what I mean. This practice is for that, for the ache of hoping and not yet finding, for the tiredness of putting yourself out there, for the quiet moments when the absence of the right connection feels very present. You are not alone in this feeling, even if it feels that way right now. Find a comfortable position and let your body settle. Close your eyes and take one slow breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. Again, in and out slowly, letting the breath be a small act of care towards yourself. Notice the surface beneath you, its support. You are held here in this moment, even in the middle of everything you are carrying. Before we move into the practice, I want to offer you something that can be surprisingly rare, which is honest acknowledgement. Not encouragement, not reframing, simply acknowledgement. The loneliness of the dating experience is real. It isn't simply about being single. It's more layered than that. It's the loneliness of being on a date and feeling not quite met, or a connection that felt significant and then dissolved, of investing in hope in something that didn't unfold the way you needed, of showing up again and again in a landscape that doesn't always meet that showing up with kindness. The loneliness is valid. It is not weakness. It is the entirely natural response of a person who longs for genuine connection and hasn't found it in the form they're hoping for. And here is something worth distinguishing. There's a difference between loneliness, which is the pain of feeling disconnected, and solitude, which is the quiet of being with yourself. They can feel similar on the surface, but they are fundamentally different experiences. Loneliness asks to be filled. Solitude asks to be inhabited. This practice is an invitation to move very gently from one toward the other, not by bypassing the pain, but by moving through it with care. Let's notice where this experience lives in the body right now. Simply observing with the eyes of a kind and curious friend. The chest first, the heart area. Loneliness so often lives here, a hollowness or a heaviness, or sometimes both at once. Simply breathe here. Place a hand if that feels right. I see you, and this is real. Now the throat, where we hold back words or swallow feelings that didn't have somewhere to go. Notice and breathe. The belly. This is often where the ache of longing lives, a kind of unsettled yearning. Simply acknowledging it. You don't need to fix it right now. The shoulders. Loneliness can create a kind of collapse inward, a withdrawing of the self. Notice if the shoulders have come forward, and on the next breath out, see if they can gently open a little. And the hands, open and resting. Hands that reach out, that are capable of connection, and that are available right now, even if the right connection hasn't arrived yet. Take a moment to sense the whole body. Breathing, here, present, yours. Now let's use the breath to explore what it might feel like to move from loneliness towards solitude. Not as a destination, simply as a direction. Breathe in slowly, and as you breathe in, notice that you are here, present, in your own body, in this moment. There is something in this moment that belongs entirely to you. Your breath, your awareness, your irreplaceable self. And breathe out, releasing a little of the reaching outward, the searching, the waiting, not giving up on connection, simply resting from the effort of it for these few minutes. In again, arriving in your own presence, this quality of being with yourself. And out, letting the absence of someone else simply be what it is. Not a verdict, not a failure, simply the present reality which is allowed to change. Now continue at your own pace, breathing in, arriving with yourself, breathing out, releasing the longing very gently for just this moment. Notice what this feels like. Even a tiny shift from ache towards presence is real. I want to offer you something now. These phrases of self-compassion. Let each one land in its own time. Let's begin. The longing I feel for connection is a sign of my capacity to love. That capacity is not a problem. I can be lonely and still be whole. These are not contradictions. My relationship with myself is the most consistent relationship I will ever have, and I am learning to tend to it. I am allowed to want connection and also to find rest in my own company. Being with myself is not the consolation prize, it's the foundation. Now take one final breath in and release all the way. As you come back to the room, carry just a little of this quality of being with yourself, not as a replacement for the connection you're hoping for, simply as a companion while you wait, and as the ground from which real connection, when it comes, will grow. Thank you for being here with me today. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.